I'm really proud of our team. That's a good basketball team that we beat. I thought we defended them well to hold them. They were making 12 threes a game to hold them to 6. We did a really, really good job there. That's something we worked on for the past couple of days in preparation for this game. They were averaging close to 80 points, holding to 68 and then to 41% from the field. I thought our defense was really good. And I thought we made plays down the stretch. We made toughness plays. Down 3, Mo makes a hard drive, strong finish through contact and gets a 3-point play. We were able to get a couple stops. And then John made a big-time shot. Before that, Femi contested a 3 from the top of the key. We were able to get the rebound, come down to set that play up for John, where he made that shot. And then at the end, Femi did a great job on Cummings and was able to get a deflection, a block shot, and we came up with it. And so, again, big-time win for us. It's good to be on this side of it, and got to be ready to move forward.
Jeff, in the days leading up to this game, you talked about your all's defensive preparation there. What's given Colgate's reliance on threes, what specifically, as related to perimeter defense, did you guys focus on?
Yeah, it was 4 areas. The first one was transition. We really wanted to make sure we found guys in transition. And watching them, they got a lot of threes in transition. The second thing was that we wanted to contain penetration. That's another way they got a lot. They moved the basketball and they assisted. I think they were averaging about 18 assists a game, one of the tops in the country. So we really wanted to contain penetration. The third thing was ball screen defense. We really wanted to do a good job there of making sure we're connected and we have our rotations down. And then the very last thing was offensive rebounds. They got threes off of offensive rebounds, which usually is one of the best times to get threes. And so I thought we did a pretty good job in all 4 of those areas tonight.
Do you draw a connection between the last 2 games and this one with the ending?
Well, I'm surprised they missed a 3 at the end with 1.1 seconds left. One of the things we talked about, with our team when we got back together after Virginia was almost. Like we've been a team, the past few games of almosts, and it's we almost got the rebound or we almost, whatever. And one of the things we talked about, we had to get past almost. And I thought we did that tonight at the under 4 timeout or whatever it was, one of those timeouts. That's all we talked about, like almost. We got to beat almost. We're tired of almost. And the guys went out there and did that. We talked about Mo's 3-point play and all the plays that I talked about, like guys stepped up and made big-time plays for us, and we were able to pull one out today.
At your timeouts, could you tell that they were determined not to let this game get away?
Yeah, I could tell it all game. And one of the things that I'm really proud of with this team, and I really admire with what we've been through, and especially the last couple of games, how we've lost, how they've continued to get off the mat. When we lost to Minnesota, that preparation for Virginia was a couple of the best days that we had. The day before we played, on Thursday before we left to fly there, I thought it was one of our best practices. And I don't think there was a coincidence with how we played. And I admire that because you just lost a heartbreaker. And then to go through what we went through there and to come back. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, like we had really good attitudes. Just really good practices. And it's good for them to be rewarded with a win and to be able to fight through and earn a win, in the fashion that we did tonight.
Jeff, where do you think that maturity comes from with this team? Is part of it age? Is some of it just having more leadership this year? Is some of it just how these guys are built?
I just think it's experience. We are an inexperienced team together that's having to go through difficult times. And, sometimes you have to go through it. Sometimes you have to go through the valley. And we've been through it. And I'm not saying we're out of it, but we're figuring out how to climb out of it. I think we have a better understanding collectively as a group how much we need each other. That's something that we've been talking about really since I took the job here. And just the toughness, just the determination. And again, when you keep getting up, man, like when you keep getting gut punched like we have, it's easy to fracture. And this group so far has stayed together, and if we continue to do that, I've said this, then I think we'll start to turn the corner. And tonight was a big step, I think, for us with that.
Coach, was Odekale not in the starting lineup due to health concerns, or was it more because he wanted to switch it up based on the previous games?
I thought we played well last game, and so we went with the same lineup.
Okay.
Can you speak to how Oni has stepped up in Femi's absence offensively and defensively on Nelly Cummings today?
He's been terrific. I mean, he's been outstanding. And, for me, I'm not surprised just because I know how he works, both on and off the court, in the classroom. He's a really unbelievable kid. And he's worked on his game since he's been here. And he's gotten better. The guys have confidence in him. We have confidence in him. He has confidence in himself. And, he's all about Pitt. He's all about Pitt. And it's been really cool, to watch him have some, really good moments this year.
Is this the most you played a walk-on in your career?
No, I started the walk-on at VCU. That started as a freshman after fourth and fifth game of the year. And he hit the shot to put us in the NCAA tournament.
When Will Jeffers stepped in the line with about like a second to go and you were up, what was it, 2?
Yeah.
Did you have any thought about maybe missing that shot?
Well, I called the timeout after he missed the first one, and that's what I wanted us to do, was to miss it. But when I told Will that, he looked like I had 4 heads, and he looked confused. And that's on me. We haven't practiced that situation. And one of the reasons I wanted to do it was because I figured they had a 3-point play from out of bounds. I knew they had no timeouts. I'm pretty sure they had a play that they could go to. But we haven't practiced that situation, so we didn't understand it. I was trying to tell him to miss it, but make sure you hit the rim. Once I saw the look on his face and the confusion, I just said, just go on and make it. Just go ahead and make it. And make sure, Mo, you're going to be on the ball, and let's just go from there.
Jeff, in the aftermath of the game like that, given how the previous 2 had gone, in the locker room, I mean, how much, if at all, could you, I don't know if it's relief, if it's excitement, if it's kind of all those things, how much could you sense that?
Yeah, I think it was probably more relief. I think they were tired, again, because we battled. I mean, this is a good team. And, we battled, we fought, and, there was excitement, but I do think there was relief that we, actually pulled one out.
After John got his 4th foul, did you just kind of set in your head at that point, you'll put him back in at the under 4, or did you kind of go back and forth on one?
I was kind of going back and forth, just kind of feeling how the game was going, how close we were, did we have a lead, where we were, because I knew we were going to need him to finish the game out. And the game didn't get too far away from us. We were right there. And, he was able to get a break, but we need him more than 21 minutes. So hopefully this foul trouble will be a one-game thing.
When he gets into foul trouble like that, what do you tell him about approaching defense?
He still has to play defense. And he still has to play defense. You can't play, but you have to be smart. You have to be smart. I think his 4th foul came on a rotation, and he went for a shot fake and got in the air. In those situations, he has to be smarter. Don't take the shot fake, just body up and go there. But he's played with foul trouble before with us, and obviously was able to play the last 4 minutes that way.
John was saying he's experienced going back to when he first started playing, but how much has he adjusted now in college to being someone who's more of a focus for the other team, who draws double teams sometimes? How does he seem to acclimate to that?
I think he's been okay. I think, he was a good high school player, so he had to deal with it a little bit there. Certainly at this level is very different. He doesn't have a lot of experience with it at all in college. Again, I've said this over. I look at John like a freshman all over again. And I thought he's handled it well. The other thing that he's handled really well is playing through physical. Like, teams are very, very physical with him. How they hit him, foul him, all these different things. Like, they're very, very physical with him. And I think he's done a really good job of keeping his head throughout that.
Guys, as a team, how much did y'all feel like you needed? You know, with the 4 straight losses, 2 of them coming by 1 point. I mean, y'all were really close to having 2 wins there recently. How important was this win tonight, and just to end that losing skid and finally get on the positive side of a really close game?
I think it was big for us to win tonight. We were encouraged despite us losing the past 2 games in a tough fashion. We just continued to stay together, stay the course, and believe that our hard work would pay off, and tonight it did.
This was like the last 2 games where you guys have a close lead late, you go on a drought where you don't make baskets. Did anybody say, you get down 2-3 minutes left, does anybody say like, all right, here we are again, you know, this is what we need to do different this time?
No, man, it's just keep playing defense. We not scoring, so just keep playing defense until we could find that right punch, and we found that punch and we got to scoring. And our defense was good today.
How tough was it for you to play defense in those last 4 minutes, knowing you're out there with 4 fouls?
It was real tough, you know, just this big thing with me was just staying solid, don't go in for ball fakes. Just basically just walling up and staying solid and moving my feet.
What, if anything, do you all feel like you learned from those past 2 games, or maybe took away from playing close games like that, even in a loss?
Yeah, for us, it's just learning that each possession matters. You know, valuing the basketball, valuing each possession, and not being a team that allows missed opportunities out there. You know, diving on the floor. You know, there's some balls that hit our hands that we could have came up with in those games that we lost. So that was the key focus for us tonight, and we did well down the stretch.
John, what was going through your mind there at the end when the score was tied, you had the ball in the block, and you were trying to win a game for your team?
Just go up and finish through contact. You know, if they call a foul, they do. If they don't, they don't. My biggest thing was just finishing through the contact so I could help my team get the win.
Did you feel much contact?
Whole game I felt contact.
For that play, though?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, John, as you put up numbers like you have been this season, how much more of a focus or attention have you noticed other teams giving to you, and how have you sort of adjusted to that?
Oh man, it's a lot of attention on me, and I love it. So just get these guys involved more. You know, just making when I'm getting double teamed, making the skip passes out to my teammates. Just basically just being creative. This the part of my game where I really love, where I could just pick defenses apart and just create for others.
I feel like that's been happening to you probably throughout your life.
Yeah.
Right? Like teams like doubling you, making.
Yeah. So it's been happening since I've been in high school. It's probably gonna happen whenever I get to the league. You know, just keep playing through it though.
You know, how much did that sort of aid your development as a passer? You know, like you're someone who obviously is very good at kicking it out to teammates from those spots.
Mm-hmm.
How much did growing up getting doubled and tripled? How much did that sort of shape you as an outlet passer?
It helped me a lot, man. You know, just seeing different defenses from high school to middle school to now to college. You know, it's fun, man. Just seeing different defenses throwing at me.
What do you think was the key to your success on the perimeter defense tonight? I mean, Colgate was averaging 78 points coming in, 40% from 3, and you guys essentially shut them down. So what was the key factors for that?
I think tonight we just did a great job following the scouting report by Coach T.O.
Communicating with each other, too. That was a big thing. We was talking on defense.
Yeah, he told us that each game they make about 12 threes a game, and tonight we held them to 6. So that was big for us, just following the scouting report and, like John said, communicating throughout the whole course of the game.
You guys went on a couple big runs in both the beginning of the first half and the second half, and then Colgate kind of fights their way back in. What were they doing to break those runs and get back in the game?
They was playing hard. You know, basketball has always been a game of runs. One team go on a run, and the team is going to slump, and then that team's going to go on a slump, then the other team's going to go on a run. So it's just basketball is a game of runs, man, who could get the most stops at the end of the day. And I feel like we got the most stops at the end of the day. We played together and played hard.
You guys have really excelled at the free throw line these past couple games. What do you think has led to your growth in the free throw line?
Staying after practice, getting extra shots. First game, I think I missed like 12 free throws. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. So just getting in the gym early in the mornings, getting up free throws. After practice, just getting up free throws. Just keeping a strict routine for my free throws, man.
John, we've talked some with Coach Capel this year, and he was saying just having only played 7 games last year, that he, in some ways, almost kind of sees you as a freshman. Mm-hmm. How much, as you finally gotten to get into a rhythm here, y'all have played 9 games now. I mean, how How much more comfortable do you feel now than you did entering the season?
Man, I feel very much comfortable in this. I feel better, like just me from losing weight from the beginning of the season to now. I just feel more comfortable in myself.
Where, I guess, in what areas of the game, like when you're out there on the court, how do you notice that comfort the most?
Just being able to play 30 minutes, shoot. Last year I was playing 10 minutes, now I'd be tired. So now I'm just having that stamina to keep going and not just score the ball, playing defense for my team.
Now, you guys have had 3 straight one-possession games right down to the wire. Do you guys feel that, these close games have improved any of your team chemistry, off the floor maybe, or on the floor in these late moments?
I think our team chemistry has gotten way better because it's just telling us like we almost there. Coach preached on being like we had in film it was a lot of almost plays, and like if we finished them almost plays we would have won a lot of games. So I feel like that just having them tough losses that brought us together, like because we could compete with anybody in the country. I honestly think we could compete with anybody in the country.